Well, my name is Emmanuel Bamidele. I'm from the African Mirror Television here in Switzerland.
Thank you. Welcome here.
It's a great honor to have you in this interview. My first question is that today, Switzerland, according to your information on your website, has already spent 9 million Swiss francs. Could you tell us how many percentage of this money are directly donated to the government of the affected countries?
Switzerland works always with partners. And indeed, a part of the money, and it's about, of the 9 million, it's about 1.5 million went directly to the Ministry of Health in Liberia. In addition to this money, also material, gloves, masks, and protective clothes were directly also handed over to the authorities. On the other hand, of course, we have other partners, the ICRC, the International Committee of the Red Cross, or the World Food Programme, with who we work on the ground. Switzerland has an office in Monrovia. We have 4 Swiss. We actually since 2006 in the capital of Liberia. So we have quite a good network of contacts. We know the country and they know us. And this, of course, helps now in times of crisis.
If you look at the situation now, is it not possible to also try to build some medical facilities rather than waiting for problems to arise, and we started investing a lot of money in trying to solve the problems?
You see, it's not only not possible, it's not only possibility, it has to happen. We work on 3, when you want action lines. First of all is to limit the further spread of the disease. And of course, there, Ebola treatment centers, treatment units are urgently needed. And then we support the health structure because people are sick or giving birth to kids or break a leg. So the normal health service has to function. And then thirdly, we work on supporting all the secondary effects of the crisis. The first action line, supporting the further spread of Ebola with treatment centers, we do indirectly with our support, for instance, to Médecins Sans Frontières, the Doctors Without Borders. They build these treatment centers. Our money that goes to UNMER, the United Nations Ebola Emergency Response, they will, with this money, set up further treatment centers which are urgently needed. At this point, Switzerland, our people on the ground, they do not, or not yet, work directly with treatment center. One point is also, of course, the protection of our people. For this, you need highly trained, professional medical staff. Our staff on the ground for the time being are humanitarian workers, logisticians, a coordinator, a financial person. We do not have yet highly trained medical personnel on the ground.
That is the problem of its own. And do you have any plan to train local people from the African community themselves?
For this, you have to have these trained trainers, you know.
Okay.
And we are looking right now in our pool of medical personnel. We have this Swiss humanitarian pool where we have volunteers. These are doctors, engineers, architects, and they have a contract with their job in their hospital or in their office, but have also a contract with us.
Okay.
And some of them are available and said, yes, I want to help, yes, I come. And we are putting together now a whole group of, we call them secondees, that we second then, be it to WHO, the World Health Organization, or directly to the government in order, and this is very rightly what you said, to build up the capacity, the local capacity to respond to this crisis.
Thank you. So I'm sure by now, I don't know if you've seen the video interview of the former Secretary General of the United Nations, Mr. Kofi Annan. He pointed the finger of blame at the Médecins Sans Frontières that they didn't respond quickly, and he also blamed countries who have the full capacities to help but didn't do so, or they slow in responding. What is your comment to this?
Look, Kofi Annan is right. The international community, and of course, Switzerland is also part, as all the other countries, was slow in responding. But it's important to correct you. He did not criticize Médecins Sans Frontières. He supported actually Médecins Sans Frontières in their call to do more. now it is late. It's hopefully not too late, but it's late, and we also, Switzerland, have to do more, which we are trying to get up and beef up our help. But you have not to forget, we have Syria, we have Iraq, we have Gaza, we have South Sudan, we have Central African Republic, we have Ukraine, you know.
And we have ourselves.
We have the whole world that is in flames, as the Secretary General, the now Secretary General, Ban Ki-moon mentioned the GA, the General Assembly. We cannot afford to forget other crises. And therefore we have to see a bit also Ebola from the perspective, or from a global perspective. Mm-hmm. It is a crisis, no doubt. It is a very severe crisis, but it cannot absorb all our attention.
Okay, that's very reasonable, sir. Okay, my last question, sir. Is Switzerland still ready to support financially in this situation, despite spending more or less 9 million Swiss francs to date?
Swiss humanitarian aid for this crisis will go on. We have, as you see here, this is our operations room, on a weekly basis, meetings. We continue with our partners on the ground. We continue to beef up our office in Monrovia. Yes, Switzerland stays committed and will also commit new funds. My budget is stretched, as I mentioned before, with all the other crises, but we will commit new funds because money is one answer. It's not the only answer, but it's one answer that will help to limit the further spread of this deadly disease.
And do you have an idea in which field will you invest this money? Maybe direct investment in the government facilities or in some other area?
A bit at the same line of our 3 action points, be it financial support to government as well as humanitarian partners on the ground, to recruit more people from this Swiss humanitarian pool in order to second them to organization. And thirdly, very important, the material. The medical material that we want to send to Liberia. We sent already late August 15 tons of material, gloves, masks, and we want to send further. Actually this week there will be a cargo of disinfection material, the liquid that we sent down. Also for this, our financial resources will be used.
Well, thank you very much, sir. We hope that the rest world can as well follow the good leadership of Switzerland and help Africa and other countries in crisis. Thank you very much for giving us this interview.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.